I have been looking at your Instagram for so long, and it's like 4 days to go, 3 days to go, and I was super excited for it.
Just to give you this idea of this, that, this is a book which is done with this kind of pride, and I feel that it's amazing. This would have never happened without this man.
Hi. So how did the collaboration, how did this idea come to collaborate with Chef, and how was the journey?
See, Akshay, see, nowadays NFT and everything this is the new way of the new innovation that's happening in technology, right? So we take this as we consider this is completely a collectible, like a Ferrari or a Rolex watch that keeps going for generations. This is amazing. This is a masterpiece. People will remember, have a pride to own this. This is perfect for NFT. Absolutely. So not only that, this talks about sacred foods of India, brings the heritage, the culture aspects of India, right? So we still, be settled in the US for so many years. We are so connected to India, right? So we are so proud, absolutely proud to, who better than Vikas Khanna ji. This is a perfect, and India is celebrating its 75 years of independence too. This is perfect to launch this year.
Great. So I want to know from the chef, Vikas, how did this idea to theme your book on sacred foods of India come through, and how was your journey, and what is the book all about?
So, we figured out that, for us to constantly create projects which highlight Indian culture, that is one of my biggest missions of being in the US, I feel. I was happy with Mama also, but Mama कहते नहीं, तो वहां पे झंडा लेके लहराता मुझे ज्यादा खुशी होती. So I feel that I don't care so much, how people conceive or see my projects, and I'm being honest about it. I just feel that she has to be proud, because she's the biggest champion, but also my greatest critic. So from books to restaurants to movies to documentaries to big initiatives like Feed India and all those things, she has to be proud. She should say that, because I've cheated her, I'll be honest, that I left her and went abroad to live the American dream. And I feel that for every NRI, that's a heartbreak, that you leave your aging parents behind for your own success. At the same time, it's not easy. I speak on behalf of millions of NRIs that the heartbreak is to the next level and no money can compensate that. So I find balance of compensating that with creating sacred foods of India. And my mom comes for the launch, and she was crying in the night because she's never seen a book like this. She saw the dummy, but dummy doesn't reflect what the real book is.
I mean,
and when I took it to Golden Temple with her, it was sealed, because I wanted, it was a sealed book this time. So I just flew in for some time and we got it. And abhi raat ko baith ke she was going through, and she said something which might interest a lot of the people who are watching us, is that she's saying, maine na in sab jagahon pe jana. And you see the second word in the tagline is Sacred Foods of India, Holy Kitchens, Pilgrimage.
right.
So a universal way of understanding India is through the kitchens of gurudwaras and temples, to dargahs, to Mother Teresa's kitchens, to synagogues, to everything what we do. From, and she saw Puri temple and she was going through this, and she's saying, "Ye sab vegetarian?" Main kaha sab hai, because she's totally vegetarian. Main kaha, and she's asking me, she's saying, "Oh my God, to yahan jata tha har saal." 2011 to 14, I used to go to Jagannath Rath Yatra every year, because it was not enough in one trip I could get all the foods. And she's saying, maine har jagah jana hai. That is what we want most of the people who are reading this book, to understand India in a whole different lens. And that is why this book is happening.
Right. And talking about family, it is also your 38th book. And while I was doing my reading, I went through your post, and it mentioned that you promised your dad that you'll write 50 books in a lifetime. So how is that going?
So मैं और मेरी बहन बिल्कुल नहीं पढ़ते थे. school mein. We were both total. So I was 2 years elder than my sister, but I had failed twice. So we were studying in the same class. So एक दिन पापा ने कहा कि तू ना, पापा की ना वो शॉप थी, वो कैसेट्स डिलीवरी करते थे हम, आपको नहीं पता होगा, हम लोगों को पता होगा, VHS टेप्स होती थी, वो रेंट पे मिलती थी, पापा की उसकी दुकान थी. तो पापा कहते थे तू ना परमानेंट मेरे पास, बिकॉज आई यूज्ड टू वर्क आफ्टर स्कूल देयर, तो परमानेंट मेरे साथ लग जा, तो नहीं तो राधिका की नीचे वाली क्लास में चला जाएगा. Which is like, because I was first to, पापा हम जैसे लोग ना पढ़ते नहीं, किताबें लिखते, लोग हमारी किताबें पढ़ते हैं. पापा कहते हैं अच्छा कौन सी किताब लिखी तूने? तो मैंने कहा पापा मैं 50 किताबें लिखूंगा. I was just a kid and my sister was laughing like crazy. कहते हो एक वर्ड तो याद होता नहीं. तो it's a small thing which my sister reminded me, and many years ago, 2004, I left my job at Salam Bombay and my sister reminded me, कहते तेरे पास एक और प्रॉमिस भी, मैं क्या? कहते ने पापा को तो 50 किताबें लिखो. मैं कहा मेरी किताब कौन छापेगा? कहते फिर एमयू बोल दिया था. एंड आई सेड नहीं, एमयू नहीं बोला था, मैं पूरा करके दिखाऊंगा. एंड that's great that every book is different, every book is starts a new landmark. And here a book to be on NFT and Metaverse, it's a whole different economics you're doing with cooking and food and pilgrimage and travels and representation of India. It's a 75 years of independence, and what greater kind of a project to be putting through, where we show beauty of India which doesn't exist in any other part of the world.
8 years of it took 8 years for him to build this. Absolutely stunning.
But we had 2 years of pandemic, and we all lost hope in that. And I was running Feed India, and I was doing so much of stuff, and we thought this book is going to be very difficult now, but universe was delaying the project for meeting you and also for 75 years. So the coincidence is the universe is organizing and we get restless.
So how did you decide that you want to be a part of this digital revolution? You want to create an NFT out of Sacred Foods of India?
मैं जो कुछ भी किया ना, I've always been the first one, right? Throughout. First one. And I still remember I was telling Mr. Uday Shankar, who's the CEO of Star Plus, he's saying, you have Akshay Kumar and you'll be the first chef to be running prime time cooking show in India, and you're expected to be watched by 500 million people. And I said, but ये पहले कभी हुआ नहीं. तो कहते थे, you will always be the first one. So I think the moment दिमाग में ना कीड़ा भी है कि you have to be the one who, not for yourself, you're also talking to millions of artists through this project and saying that your content is relevant, but it has to reach the audience. Though I'm a total patron of arts, at the same time, I'm also a business person, because I have to run such a huge ship of what I create, right? Even not for profit, I'm doing stuff on the massive scale. But ये projects जब आप launch कर रहे हो, तो it's like artists like yourself who's like, I have a great story, but where do I publish it? What do I do with it? I have great art. This is what working with Akshay taught me, that, artists, to be on this platform, you have a market reach, it secures you economically, which is very important, which I keep telling people, that artists, we are not from the generation of Van Gogh where you only sold one painting, right? We don't want to be those artists. And I feel that this is creating those Van Gogh and giving them a life while they're alive.
Right.
The complete new avenues. So even though he's the first, you have to see the passion. Absolutely, so passionate. Every time he looks,
मेरी जान निकल जाती है देख के भी. I'm like holding it. I say, oh my God, this happened. Universe, many things. I've gone through very dark times last 2 years, but I see that when universe does it, you have to bow down and be so graceful and full of gratitude that आज ये मौका मिला, सेहत भी है. I've seen it. We take things for granted. Sometimes you have to beg for one breath in life. And now I'm like, oh my God, in our lifetime, we are seeing such major artwork. And to collaborate with people like him who've worked in this industry for decades, who understand what digital content and to combine the physical content, what it means.
So like I was coming to that point only. What's this Phygital about? And
great question. See, NFT, even though there's a lot of hype around NFT today, right? So a lot of people, this is the new thing, the craze going on, right? So, but the thing is, a lot of times people relate this to digital images, pictures of monkeys, right? At the same time, this brings a question: is there real value in it, right? So here, this you can touch and feel it. Once you see it, you will be completely mesmerized. It's completely masterpiece. So you're giving real thing which is going to be held on for generation and generation, along with your digital certificate that you are the actual owner. This
Investment.
is authentic product.
Investment also.
Investment, absolutely. So you can carry that NFT. What we have along with it is a digital twin. We make a 3D of this exact copy in a digital world. So you can take that. In the future, we are working on a metaverse. So we may have a space where you can display this as a pride that I own this. This is the first ever such product. Not just Vikas Ji, in this whole food relevant NFT.
So what's next with Akshaya and what can we expect?
Yeah, we have quite a lot of ideas, very big vision, right? We want to continue our partnership. We have a lot of ideas with Vikas Khanna ji into NFT and into Metaverse, but there are quite other things also lining up. We know, obviously you understand, we cannot talk about the next thing. So there is quite a lot of news that will be coming up in next few days.
I'm looking forward to reading the book, to have the NFT, and I'm super excited. It was lovely speaking with you. Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjali. Thank you, Ganesh sir.